officer explain to his commanding officer, but George, the donkey was weaving when it was walking.
Oh boy, I there's somebody's a jackass in all this. I can just see that. I mean, I don't know if it's the donkey or the cop, but my goodness, I just can't get the vision out of my mind that you painted this guy giving this guy the donkey the third degree. Oh boy,
I don't know. All I can say is a guy with a broken foot wobbles into a 7-Eleven in Maryland. I didn't even know there were 7-Elevens left. And he buys a scratch ticket and wins $1 million.
Oh my! I didn't know you get a scratch ticket could win that high, but
that's what it is. That's what it says right here. Maryland, a man with a broken foot thanks the cashier for selling him a $1 scratch ticket that won him $1 million.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he got it. Maybe he can get his foot fixed or get a replacement or something.
I don't know. A lot of strange, this wacky news is really wacky. I tell you that. Between the butthole suntan and a police officer pulling a donkey over for weaving and giving a sobriety test, I mean, tonight is kind of interesting, huh?
There's been some really entertaining, wacky news out there. That's kind of like that one story I sent you yesterday with the chair from that one place that had the holes in the chair, and the guy sat down in it, and he got his thing caught in there. But that reminded me of the snake, the old snake in the restaurant. I'm still having flashbacks of that one. Jeez.
Of which one?
The snake in the restaurant, and the poor guy is on a date and says, "Hey, excuse me for a minute, I got to go to the restroom." And next thing you know, they got the amulets there, and they got to pry a snake off of him. Oh my God!
Could you imagine? If he had a manly voice, when that snake clamped down on the guy, what his composure what would your composure be if you had a big snake clamp down on your privates?
I'll tell you what, once I peeled myself off the ceiling, I would probably try to pry it off without losing my twin boys. I don't know what to say, but that's awful. Because them snakes, I showed you that picture, their teeth, they got hundreds of them. And they're all angled backwards. And they grip. I mean, they can unhinge their jaws to swallow you. So when they grip forever. And I've seen them tear men's arms apart. And that's a lot tougher skin and meat than, your poor scrotum. Oh, my God, it's awful.
Well, all I know is even a gardener snake has teeth. I remember one of my kids, when they were young, they were playing near a creek. And one of the other kids threw a gardener snake, and it, bit on my son's chest. And, I tried the cigar thing. I tried, everything, trying to pull the mouth open. I couldn't do it. We had to go to the emergency room. And,
they're tough.
Yeah, the doctor there said, when they clamp down, they're not going to release till they're ready to release. Now, I don't remember now what the doctor did to get it to release, but I tell you what, he was in a lot of pain. Not the snake, my son was.
Oh, yeah, and again, gardener snakes, basically, they're constrictors, too. They're not poisonous, so they're going to bite death lock, and they kind of wrap around and do the same kind of principle on a smaller scale, but... Yeah, and even gardener snakes, my goodness, years ago there was one underneath me and my wife's dryer. There's something underneath that dryer. This thing was it was the biggest gardener snake I ever seen, boy, and I pulled it out and I cleared the whole house out. They all went running. I had it by its head, but it was trying to bite a hold of me, and you're right, it had them little teeth in there. Yeah. It got a hold of me, I'd have been in trouble.
Yeah, well, I don't like snakes. I don't like spiders. I got bit by a brown recluse years ago and almost died from it. So, snakes and spiders can be, wherever they want to be. I remember when I was in the service and I was over in where I didn't want to be. And when we landed and got off the plane, this is called Vietnam, by the way, we were taken into a big warehouse, and we all sat down, and they explained the facts of life of it to us. And they said, one, there's so many varieties of snakes. If you get bit by one, unless it's a cobra, what you want to do is kill it and bring it to the medic. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to help you, and you could die. That got me scared. Then the next thing is when you take your boots off, make sure, when you go to put your boots on in the morning, you check it out, because other little creatures can crawl in there, and they're poisonous and can kill you. You start hearing all this stuff and you go, oh my God, I don't want to be here, which is worse.
Yeah, they've got centipedes over there that's big as your arm and deadly poisonous. They've got scorpions and all kind of poisonous viper type snakes. And then on top of that, there's tigers floating around. So yeah, there's a lot of dangerous stuff there. And that's not even, we didn't get into the spiders yet. But yeah, you definitely gotta be on your toes before you put your shoes on there. That's for sure.
Well, in a restaurant in New York. Okay, a fully crowded, packed restaurant. An upper scale restaurant. Okay, you're sitting having your luscious dinner, and all of a sudden, raccoons fall from the ceiling onto the patrons' tables.
Oh my goodness! That's one way to go from a 5-star to a 1-star real quick. And the thing with raccoons, they're notorious rabies carriers, along with a lot of other things. So that would be horrifying. Because I get to see if it's a real fancy place in New York City, because I've been places like that in New York City. So that kind of clientele is real kind of snobby, and they're not used to seeing animal life, especially a raccoon falling from the ceiling. They've probably been traumatized from that. Lord.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would be. But, one time, me and my couple of my sons, we went to a drive-through restaurant, a hamburger place. I'm not saying the name of the chain. Okay. I should have thought something was wrong when I seen this van out in the parking lot. Okay, and it was one of these exterminating vans, right?
That's a red flag.
Yeah, and I'm coming up, right, to the drive-up window to pay for my food, get my hamburgers and french fries and our sodas, right? And here's a guy with a tank on his back next to the cashier, right? Spraying around the window, the seams, and underneath the counters. And
why they're surfing food?
And I yell for the manager, and the manager comes to the window, and I said, "Wait a minute, what's going on?" "Oh, we're just doing our maintenance." And I said, "But I don't want my food. Can I have my money back?" "What do you want your money back for?" "Well, hey, the guy is spraying something to kill bugs, right? And he's doing it in your area where they're wrapping the food up in the french fries, and they're putting them in it's not going to hurt you." "Oh, yeah, well, if it kills the bugs, I'm not good," And then I called up corporate, and that place was closed, I think, for like 3 days afterwards.
That is, what are people not thinking? My God, it's a poison that kills freaking animals. If it don't kill you, it's going to give you cancer or something, or you're going to start cultivating a baby arm out your forehead or something. My God, that's just bizarre.
Well, evidently it was like for bugs and stuff like that. They wouldn't be spraying under the counters and the cracks of everything with a spray thing like that for, like raccoons. It was more like for, bugs. If it kills bugs, I don't want to find out if it's going to make me sick, is it? I don't know. I should have sued them. I should have done that. Yeah, it's one time, the same chain about a year before that, the same place. I went there and got a vanilla milkshake for my son, and he goes, "I can't drink it." And I got mad at him because it was like a couple bucks. I said, "Drink it." And he tried drinking it, and he goes, "I can't drink it." So I said, he goes, "It tastes funny." I take a sip out of it, and it tasted like bleach.
Oh, God.
So I went back, and I told the manager, I said, "Look, this tastes like, oh, it's impossible. I said, taste it. Well, it turned out they were cleaning the machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
With bleach and whatever they did, somebody forgot, and then they put their powdered mix in to make the milkshake.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and they don't worry about it. We'll give you a $5 gift certificate. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you could have killed me. I get $5 anyway. We're going to be back in about 3 minutes. You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio. Yes, we're a paranormal show, but the first hour we do the wacky news. We're kind of fun, and then we get serious into things, in the paranormal. Tim Swartz will be on after the news and all this cool stuff here. So stay tuned. Tell your friends about Night Dreams Talk Radio. Big shout out to all the truckers that listen to the show. Without you, I wouldn't be talking in this microphone right now. I guarantee it. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. We'll be back.
Smiles like lightning to my soul. Should've known that she was making witchcraft. Should've known that she would steal my soul. She asked me for a dance, then she cast her temptress spell. Seductive moves and whispers like a siren sent from hell. She told me where her room was and she beckoned me to go. Her body heat washed over me like a steaming lava flow. I should have known that she was making witchcraft. That she would steal my soul. I should have known that she was making witchcraft. The lure of her seduction made the devil's dark nights moan.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. Night Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the World Paranormal News with James Creechbaum. Now, the latest news.
I'm James Creechbaum with the Paranormal and World News. Well, that smart TV you just bought may be spying on you, the FBI warns. Those Black Friday and Cyber Monday super sales are not only a boon for your bank account, but may also reap serious rewards for cyber criminals intent on causing harm, according to the FBI. In a pre-holiday message to consumers, an FBI field office is warning that smart televisions equipped with internet streaming and facial recognition capabilities may be vulnerable to intrusion. In addition to outlining how new advanced technology features risk allowing television manufacturers and app developers to snoop on consumers, the Bureau says malicious cyber attackers can also take control of unsecured smart TVs and potentially wreak havoc on unsuspecting owners. So beware of what you've got going on, and beware of your smart TV.